Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are having a match of Dota 2 for StarLadder Season 3, and we have just had the last person connecting to the game. It is a match for between Dare and Copenhagen Wolves. Actually, no, we have to call them Tough Bananas. They still have the same team profile as Copenhagen Wolves, as you can see. It says like Wolves, but it is actually Tough Bananas, as we all know. They have dropped their sponsor a bit more than a week ago. So it is Dare versus Tough Bananas, and as always for StarLadder match, we are having a short disclaimer that that I am not an official caster for this match. I'm not an official caster for Star Series. For official cast, you can check out Own TV, and as you just briefly saw, I do believe there is an English cast for this official match. You can check out Epic commentary on Own if you wanna watch that one. In the meantime, I'll still be casting it here as well because it should be a fun game regardless. We're gonna see Tough Bananas again, which we have seen a couple of times last week as well, just performing very strong. And I don't know why I think it's Monday, but it is actually Sunday, so I don't know why I said last week. Like the last weekend. I mean, this weekend. Oh well. Anyway, we have some battles going off right now. We have a Darkseer as well as a Morphling and a Chaos Knight, which will mean that we have a lot of space left for heroes that we normally see ban out, because both the Morphling and the Chaos Knight we don't normally see ban out. At least the Tough Bananas is going for their role that they should be doing, at least the role that the second banning team should be doing, like banning out the Naga Siren as third ban, which I still have to do. Dare, however, I mean, they have the first pick. They have a bit more freedom in that sense, so we'll see how they are going to do there. For now, they're taking their time. I mean, we still have Rubik in, for example, and he will make it through regardless if Dare doesn't ban him out now, because I think Naga Siren will be next. So we still have Naga, Rubik, Leshrac, and Templar Assassin. That was the one that I forgot, because Templar Assassin, we have seen her owning games lately and owning a lot of games as well. So curious to see which team will pick her up if she's picked up. And of course, all her counters are still in as well. I mean, Leshrac and the Venomancer both are in. So if it's Dare that picks up the TA, then they'll be getting some counters towards that. So, well, regardless of which team picks her up, some counters will be available for the opponent team. Unless, of course, Tough Bananas decides, you know, let's ban out Leshrac or something like that. Or Rubik, and for that matter. And we have a Naga Siren, which will mean that Dare probably will pick that one up. But we will see. And there we go, they ban out the Tidehunter, a hero that we have seen picked up fairly early as well lately. I'm not sure in, how much it's worth as a ban in the first banning phase, but it is a hero that I have to say he's been on the winning side a hell of a lot lately. And he will be a Rubik first pick for Dare, so they leave the Naga Siren to Tough Bananas if they want him, because having said that, I think we have seen Naga Siren lose quite a few games. And she's kind of fallen out of flavor. It will still be Leshrac and Naga Siren. Of course, that is a dual lane that if picked up, we do see more, purely because of the snare follow-up song from Leshrac. That's just a very dangerous lane to be on. And now you don't only have the Naga Siren that is just a strong teamfight initiator, or better yet, someone that can escape that team fight, purely putting the song while everybody backs out. But now you see her also as just a very strong laner. We see Dare picking up the Venomancer as well as the Night Stalker, so going for early aggression, as well as maybe expecting a Templar Assassin coming up from the Tough Bananas, and already having Venomancer as a counter. At the same time, I'm kind of thinking maybe we're still gonna see a Enigma, because even though there's a Rubik up on their side, which is of course a counter to that Enigma, Naga Siren and Enigma is a pretty good combination. As soon as that moment is there that you think, wow, this would be a good moment for a black hole, Naga Siren song, Enigma walking in, and can already start casting before the song is over. And of course, if you combine that with having the Rubik there to counter it on the other side, you can just walk in and make absolutely 100% sure that that Rubik is gonna be in that black hole, so cannot steal your black hole in return. So that would not be a bad choice. And having said that, I mean, Enigma could be going into the jungle, and then you have a Naga Siren Leshrac dual lane, and you only need 2 solo lanes left at that. They will go for Templar Assassin still, however, though, even with the Venomancer on the opponent's side. And this leaves all jungle heroes still in the pool, like not only the Enigma but also the Chen as well as the Enchantress, and you can even counter Nature's Prophet to that, as we have seen him do lately. Ancient Apparition is going to be banned here by Dare. They do not want to face that. Maybe therefore going for Chen. Nature's Prophet getting banned out as well. And I'm kind of thinking what Dare is going to do with their lanes, because obviously right now I think we're going to see a Venomancer countering up on the Templar Assassin, but what we also have seen is having just a dual lane with versus the Templar Assassin. And I just... Sorry. Distracted for a second there. But yeah, that will just mean that, I mean, Venomancer can counter Templar Assassin fairly well in the early game. But the problem comes when, you know, you have a mid hero as Venomancer and he has to do something late game as well. So it's probably better to just still use him as a support, still use him to harass the Templar Assassin, but having someone else on the lane actually farming there. So that might be better. It might be what Dare is going to go for also. They ban out the Brewmaster, and we're going to see what Tough Bananas are going to ban out as their last ban. And it is going to be the Enchantress, which will leave both Chen and Enigma still in. Ancient Apparition already one of the heroes that got banned out. I'm curious to see why. Maybe we're going to see why with the following two pickups that they're going to do. Where they're going to think about it for a second first. And if you hear stuff in the background, that's my cat running around like crazy and probably gonna throw stuff on the floor. So that is that. So yeah, and if we look at Tough Bananas, I mean, I am still expecting either Chen or Enigma. I am hoping for them, or I'm hoping for me also slightly, that it's gonna be an Enigma for them. And then Templar Assassin still solo, and then they only one solo. And I mean, we don't see that many solo lanes being banned out. I mean, we still have the Windrunner, Queen of Pain, Beastmaster, Puck, Bounty Hunter, very good one. You name them, they're all still there. And we do have the Chen pickup for Dare, so that is a good. That was indeed. I mean, the Ancient Apparition ban out is slightly a sign of that, because Ancient Apparition is of course a kind of a counter towards the Chen, because you cannot heal under the effect of the AA ulti, and of course as Chen, if you can't heal in team fights, you're kind of useless. Well, Penance and Test of Faith, I guess, are both still there, but not as useful as you want to be. Going into reserve time for the Tough Bananas, and I was gonna say, they are running out of reserve time. They're still the Enigma, so as I said, good setup with the Naga Siren and the chance to 100% get that black hole with the Rubik in it. Having said that, if he doesn't, then you instantly have that Rubik, of course, turn around and put the black hole up on you, which could be blowing up in the face of Tough Bananas, but we'll see how they'll deal with that. That will be a very important thing to keep an eye out. As when it happens, actually, that's just team fights when it happens. So we'll keep an eye out for those, as you know, regardless of black holes being stolen or not. Let's see, Dare. What do they need? They have the Chen in the jungle. I personally would favor Venomancer together with either Night Stalker or the Rubik, with the other one. Yeah, with the lanes that doesn't really work out all that well. Well, Rubik could be up for his Templar Assassin as well, Venomancer or Night Stalker, in which case they just need a solo lane. Well, let's just assume that then. Rubik versus a Templar Assassin, Night Stalker, Venomancer, easy lane, and a hard lane still left to pick up. And I have to say, if you combine a Bounty Hunter with a Night Stalker, that is a very dangerous combination. Both are ganking heroes, and as soon as that Night Stalker is level 6 and it's nighttime, as soon as the Bounty Hunter is level 6 and they roam around together and get kills, that is just so dangerous, and there will be a lot of gold flowing the way of Dare. But we're not sure yet if they want to go for that, and they have still a lot of time to think about it. 40 seconds left. At the same time, of course, this time is being used by the Tough Bananas as well to think about their last pick, and we already know kind of what they want to go for, because Lashrak Naga Siren is too good of a lane to pass up on to have any other composition of lanes with a Templar Assassin solo, Enigma in the jungle, so they just need a solo lane. Of course, Templar Assassin Bounty Hunter would be a good combination as well, and definitely not something that you... Well, actually, what did I just say? I forgot what I said.
10 seconds
wow,
remaining.
That was just a total brain blank thingy. Right, anyway, I'll just change the topic, because I think a good hero for them would be a Windrunner or something like that. And actually, I know you're not gonna believe me, but I just thought that Sand King could be a good solo lane, because the train of thought that I had apparently during what other stuff I had, because apparently I think about other stuff while I talk about other stuff again. I know it's getting very confusing. There's the Windrunner. But is that what there were missing was team fight. And they pick up a Sand King, and they have now team fight, because otherwise they would just get one team fight, and that would all go the way of the Tough Bananas, because there's a Black Hole, there's a Song, and Leshrac actually should not be underestimated as a team fight hero with those stuns, with Edict and Nova and Lightning. It's all AoE spells, so it's it should not be underestimated. And having a Sand King at the opponent team, I mean, that's also good team fight going towards towards Tough Bananas. And should Rubik, for example, steal the Song, which, you know, is a possibility. Of course, it's pretty difficult to steal the Song, because Naga Siren can, of course, cast something while she is in the Song. Or can she actually? No, I don't think she can. I don't know, actually. But it's pretty difficult to steal the Song regardless. But if she steals the Song, the Sand King will be able to channel his epicenter before the song has ended. And as you can see, I am a noob, and I forgot to change my camera speed. Otherwise, it will be a bit hard on your eyes. So we go over to the dire side, and we see the Tough Bananas getting ready to fight. And as first, I will change my overlay. Second, I will also say that it is Rise who's playing as a stand-in. And he is playing the Enigma for Tough Bananas, and he's a bit behind. The rest of his team is already ahead there. We see Link playing the Templar Assassin, Balsam is going to be playing the Naga Siren, the Nino is going to be playing the Leshrac, and Calculus will be on that Windrunner. And they are all here on this top lane. They're not going to fight anybody just yet, unless the Sand King is going to go up way high. Sand King, who is played by Hawkeye, who we see play the solo long lane more often, and he's going to be on a Sand King this time. We don't see it that often, Sand King long lane, but it is viable. It is definitely viable. We're gonna see how well he's gonna do against what he's up against. At the same time, we look to the bottom lane. We see Grumpy playing the Chen for Dare. We see Sava Doom on the Venomancer, and we see Nowhere playing that Night Stalker. With in the middle, of course, Nose on the Rubik, and that will be the lineup for Dare on this Radiant side. Well, we see some old chat going on. So, oh well. Let's see how this lane is gonna do. I mean, it is a dual lane with a Venomancer and Night Stalker, as we were expecting, and they're up first the solo lane Windrunner, who already placed his sentry ward here, by the way. And I think he already counted a ward with that, because there's no wards up there from the Dire anymore, if there were any to begin with. Or are there no wards? Ah, there was a ward, it's already counted, that is it. Good stuff. And Calculus, I mean, in theory he should be getting some experience, but he should not be getting that much last hits though. I mean, Savadoom should be able to harass. Of course, Venomancer is the king of harass, and he might be roaming around slightly a bit, maybe towards his middle lane, because of course first the Templar Assassin, he wants to be able to do something. He is the counter of her. We might have a setup for a first blood. Clap hits, and it is Calculus that is in a lot of trouble. Already popped his Windrunner, which is now over already, and it is a first blood going towards the way of Dare. Night Stalker picking it up, Nowhere having that one secured for himself, and the Chen coming out of the jungle successfully. And Windrunner already back on the lane, does not want to miss any experience. She is still level 1, however. And like I said, I mean, it is quite a tricky lane for her. That's just that simple. And she should be maybe trying to get some vision up here in this forest, because right now she does not have any vision. She does not have any ward in the jungle. And a Chen, he just came up behind her, and she had no clue that was happening. So. And that could happen every time again she moves too far forward. And if Nowhere keeps this lane in check, keeps this lane in equilibrium around here, there will be no way for her to get experience. So we have a sentry ward being placed here, just in case there was a ward from the Dire going there. But there was no ward, so nothing countered there. We have got, in the meantime, Rubik on 8 for 2. With the Templar Assassin on 7 for 2. I mean, this lane should be fairly easy for both. And well, with easy, I mean even. Link will already pick up a haste rune, but both should not really die and should be able to get some experience as well as some last hits. It's well, with this haste rune, Link of course will be able to harass Nose a lot more, but there's a telekinesis dropping Link inside tower range. We'll get one hit of that due to his haste rune being so fast. But yeah, that should be quite even. Sand King in the meantime, he's up versus a dual lane. We're gonna have a pause. Have to relog in Steam. But we have Sand King on a versus dual lane, and he should be. He is a bit in a bit tricky position. I mean, this is the lane that you should fear. There's one ensnares, one follow-up storm from a shack. There would be Edict, there would be a Riptide, and you're dead. Sand King or not, you're just as good as dead. And if he comes too close, that is exactly what will happen. We already have a ward up for the dire side. Aggressive, as soon as he shows his face, as soon as he's in range, he will be having trouble with that. And therefore, he is staying back, as we see him do. And he is just waiting until that creep wave is coming towards his tower. But like the bottom lane, if Balsam can keep this lane at a balance, there will be no creeps for the Sand King. So we'll see how that goes. At the same time, the other heroes, I should say, that we have not checked yet is, of course, the Enigma, as well as the Chen. And in theory, it should be the Enigma that's farming faster. I mean, you already see his last hits are exceeding those of the Chen. However, we already saw the Chen being aggressive, and he has already got an assist on that kill on the bottom lane. So he has already made good use of his advantage that he has with those creeps. But yeah, it will be the tough bananas that will get slightly more gold in the jungle, which is just a fact. It will take a bit longer before he comes out compared to the Chen, though. So that will be that. And of course, if you're talking about comparing, the one that we should compare to the Night Stalker is, of course, that Naga Siren, and we see 16 for 15, as in 16 to 15, like both of them, and they are like only one difference, so fairly even for both of them. With, of course, the last one that if you're talking about comparison, with Windrunner for Sand King, long lane solos for both. Windrunner is just a bit more typical hero to be on that long lane, so she should do slightly better than that Sand King. Which is quite a tough position as well, because if you're versus a lineup like Dare is versus the Tough Bananas, you're versus a lineup with a lot of team fighting. You want to have your own team fight ready for that as well, so they kind of want to have an epicenter, for example, upon that Sand King, purely because, well, you know, you want to have some team fight. So if he's gonna be leveling really slow here, it's gonna be Dare that's being in the tough position, because then at some point, Tough Bananas can just say, you know what, come fight us, or we're gonna take your towers, and that will be, well, depending on levels, definitely in favor of the Tough Bananas until that Sand King is level 6. And of course, if you have a team fight, Chen should not be underestimated as a team fighter, because his heals, and I say heals because I do think that he's going to go for mechanism as well as we normally see him go for, as well as his Hand of God, obviously. Will make sure that his team just can potentially survive through that initial burst that the Tough Bananas can put out, but that also will depend on the positioning of the black hole. There's so many factors in this game, isn't there? So in the meantime, I mean, we still have the pause waiting for Matrix to connect back in. We have got 300 gold in favor of Dare, which is just one. Wow, which is just that one kill, of course. And we have the experience very even. And I just need to check something. Then, if Matrix cannot connect back in, then I have to check something. Okay, checked. It's all done. Well, then people go to Matrix Stream and say that I'm streaming. Woo. Anyway, we have another gank incoming. It looks like Windrunner is gonna try to get away. That will be a Centaur looking for the position for the sun. There goes a Windrunner. There goes a Void already. Centaur looking for the sun. There goes a Gale as well. The Windrunner already gone, and I do think Calculus is gonna be killed off again. There's the sun, and that is actually Chen picking up the last hit, and that is another kill going towards the way of Dare. That are definitely winning this bottom lane. At the same time, of course, it is the Tough Bananas that is winning the top lane, even though without kills. And this middle lane will be the one that will decide who is in favor of the balance right now of the scale. Even not counting the kills on the bottom lane, obviously, in which case Sand King is actually doing slightly better than that Windrunner. But still level 1, while Windrunner is actually level 2. So that is a difference right there. Templar Assassin, 15 for 5, 15 for 2 for Rubik. This is still so even. At the same time, as soon as the Templar Assassin is level 6, I do feel like he might be able to kill off this Rubik here. And depending on how much harassment he's been able to get in before, and he is having nice room control, by the way. We saw him picking up the haste rune earlier. He's gonna wait for that 4-minute rune. He's not lucky though. He is lucky that he runs into a level 1 Sand King. Is he gonna burst like? Did he want to chase it? No, here comes Leshrac, level 3, and they turn around for Hawkeye. He is trying to get away. Where is he gonna go? Hawkeye, where are you gonna go? You're gonna die. You're gonna die. There you go with Leshrac's edict, as well as the right click picks it up, and that was just, oh wow, Nose dodging the stun there. But yeah, I don't think Hawkeye should have died there. He was indecisive with which way he was going, and he was like, am I going left, am I going right, am I going left, am I going right? Left, okay! And for his left, like if you looked at the Sand King for his left. Yeah, he's going this way, and then, you know, he was too late already. He's too slow, no boots, no nothing, and dead. Dead Sand King that is still level 1. In the meantime, it looks like Dare wants to push out in this bottom lane. And they do so. The Venomous supports as well, level 2. Windrunner will try to shoot some power shots to slow it down, but the push will still come, and the creep wave is there as well as the Ursa Warrior, even though I have to say Ursa Warrior is quite slow. There's the Gale, and that comes Nose as well, and this will be a kill. Nice Sucker picking it up. Power shot still going through, but just kills off some trees, nothing else. 4 people of Dare on this bottom lane helping to kill off this tower. At the same time, for Dare, they have killed off the same hero 3 times. This Windrunner is really not happy, as I would suggest for her to maybe try a different lane for now, or even maybe stand further back and just try to get last hits with that power shot, because otherwise we're gonna continue seeing that. Oh, that was a missed last hit from nowhere. Yeah, she's just gonna be continued to get picked off. She is level 3 now, so that will help. In the meantime, Sand King's still level 1 because it's Belson that's keeping this lane at an even, keeping this lane at an equilibrium. So doing a good job there. And that was actually the first time that Nose actually left his lane. And he's 20 for 2. Let's see how much advantage Templar Assassin got from again. Runes from that lane. She is 28 for 6, so she definitely pulled ahead during the time that Nose was away. At the same time, of course, Nose got an assist on a kill, so gets some goals from them as well. But yeah, it is there that is pulling slightly ahead. I mean, the gold graph is still fairly even. Of course, that's the trade-off for gold that you give if you leave your lane. I mean, there were 4 heroes on that bottom lane, and Chen, of course, leaving his jungle as well. And there were now 3 heroes of the top bananas on this top lane now, also trying to maybe push down the tower, but weren't able to do so. Apparently, Sand King now, he's getting some levels. He's level 2, and he is happy with that. He is not getting it in any closer because that's just too dangerous. Chen staying around just in case. People from the side. Here comes Nose as well as the Centaur. Telekinesis up on Leshrac. Nice doctor here as well. More TPs in as the Venomancer landing a kill upon Belzum, who gets silenced. He is not going to be able to get away. Leshrac is already dead, and there goes the Naga Siren as well. And it is there that's picking up too. And again, using a lot of resources to do so. And when I say a lot, they used every single hero that they had. But a nice setup for a gank, as Tough Bananas thought they were safe, but apparently not so safe. And they might be able to take a tower in return for this one as well. At the same time, we do see that Templar Assassin is trying to set something up, but you won't see anything here because there's 5 people top, and you can see that, which will give you a chance to push down the tower as well if you want to, which you should want to. We have the TA picking up their creep wave, making sure that the next creep wave can indeed push down that tower. Will be in time, though. There should be some TPs maybe available coming up from there to try to defend the tower. Actually, they smoke up. They smoke up. They're gonna go for it. Leshrac in the meantime, Edict, clearing out this tower. There we go. Naga Siren picking up the last hit. And I do think that that 5-man push slightly puts their disadvantage, purely if it was for the experience, and they do drop. It is just because everybody leaves their lanes, and still it is Tough Bananas that is still on their lanes, and they pick up 2 towers now. So 2 tier 1 towers. Towers are even. Again, because of course the bottom lane tower tier 1 on the Dire side was already down. But in theory, they pick up 2 for 1. Splitting out the experience as well as the gold over lanes. Putting it, putting it in favor of Dare. Having said that, though, it is putting it in favor of Tough Bananas. It is Dare's lineup that is making them able to do this, and of course they have got no real hard carry. Even though having said that, Tough Bananas don't really have that either, but they have it more than Dare has. But it is Dare that has to get this advantage. If they weren't getting this advantage that they get now, like with the tier 3 tower down now as well, if they weren't trying that, then Roshan being attempted here, then that's not working well with their lineup. So at the same time, Tough Bananas, I mean, yes, they have the Templar Assassin who can do that mid-game as well. They have got Shrek as well, who is very powerful mid-game, and should, of course, be the one to be able to push down those towers extra hard. But they don't really have a need to push all that hard. They have a Naga Siren. Naga Siren could potentially carry them into the late game. Tier 1 tower getting attempted here in the meantime. Roshan, you just saw it, getting picked off. Templar Assassin got the Aegis. There goes the tower though. Nice Dark picking that one off. So no more tier 1 tower standing on the side of the Tough Bananas. And only one tier 1 tower standing on the side of Dare. As this game, I mean, it's still very even. Both are picking off stuff. It's like, you know, they trade off stuff. They trade, whoa, I don't know what that was. But they trade towers for Roshan, they trade towers for towers, and not really kills for kills is what you normally see. That is the main difference here. I mean, yeah, we have seen heroes getting picked off, but that was it was almost just a side product of killing off the towers on the bottom lane. And of course on the top lane in the end as well with that, although I have to admit they made a great gank there to shut down the Tough Bananas on the top lane, and of course killing off the Naga Siren should not be underestimated. But yeah, as you can see the gold graph, it is even. Whoa, I hear a trap going off. It is a Shackle up on Nose there, who is getting slowed there as well. The Shrek's done to finish it off. He was by himself and out of position. It is nighttime. But there was apparently some vision up on this high ground. Maybe it was just a trap, and now there's a ward as well. The first one to step on there is as good as that. Oh, Hawkeye, still level 4, Link level 8. Sandstorm, good call. But Leshak could come in and stun him, but apparently doesn't do so. Another ward being placed there by the support Leshak. And it looks like they want to get this last tier 1 tower. Enigma in the meantime, we kind of haven't really seen all that much. I mean, hasn't really left his jungle apart from pushing, and he has got a mechanism complete. He's got 1k gold on himself. He's got a soaring. He is looking pretty good, and he of course just helped push down that tier 1 tower. Naga Siren in the meantime, he has picked up a Vanguard, kind of saying that they're gonna go for stuff earlier than we might expect. That she just has that extra survivability, and we'll still see if she wants to go for that normal build that we see, which is a Radiance. We have Windrunner, who had a bad start, but did manage to pick up Phase Boost. It's got almost 900 gold for a quarterstaff if she wants it. Telekinesis, Gale, the Shrek, instant trouble here. Fate Bolt's going through. Is there going to be a burst strike? Yes, there is. One more hit needed. And it's actually the song that makes the Shrek being able to get off. Never mind, here comes Nowhere. Here comes Nowhere, able to pick him up. Just before he hit the wall of the song, I'm going to call it. Nice pick off for the Dare side, as it's now 6 for 2. Rubik disconnected from the game, so we'll have a slight pause. Let's hope that he is actually able to have a reconnect button. That would be very welcome, as I just have to refresh that one. There we go. Hello, Mercy. Oh yeah, he is disconnected. Yeah, he is shackled, by the way. You don't see the animation, but he is shackled. So he is kinda in a tough position right now. You could say that. You could definitely say that. So yeah. How are you gonna do this? You know, imagine you disconnect, you come back, and you find yourself in this position. You are shackled to a tree. I do think that this is melt damage incoming right there from Link. Actually, no, I don't think it is. It still will be a lot of damage. There is a power shot incoming. And from the question in the chat, BKB blocks the Naga ulti. If you pop your BKB before the ulti goes off, then you are safe. You are free to go. Same goes for Repel. Repel? I don't know. From the Omni Knight. And Enigma continues farming in the jungle. Curious to see if it's gonna go for a BKB next or for a Blink Dagger, because of course if you have a good setup with that song from Naga Siren, you might be able to not need a BKB because you are expecting to have always a good set-in. Same goes for the Blink though, because you might not need a Blink if you can just go in with what? It's not coming back? Okay, he's back online. Never mind. Alive and talking, that is all we want from people. And connecting back into the game, obviously. But yeah, Enigma, in theory, should, if in the perfect position, of course, in the perfect scenario, he should not need neither a BKB nor a blink, because he can just walk in with the song, and he'll have a 5-man black hole if the song was, you know, if the song was at the right time, when the positioning was right. So then he doesn't need either. But I'm curious to see which one he does want of the two. Maybe it will still be a BKB if he's counting on that song to set it up. We'll see though, we'll see. And by the way, right now we see last hits, obviously it is the Enigma highest up on there, but that's because he's farming the jungle. But right now it is, with these towers also gone, with these skills, this one is the one that we should be looking at. And we do see Nightstalker pulling ahead, and I have to say, I think he picked up 2 of the last hits on the towers, as well as the 3 last hits of the 6 kills, of which he's been part of in 5, by the way. So he is highest up on there on the net worth. We do see him followed by 3 people of the dire side. Tough Bananas, of course, they've also been able to take down towers. It's only 1 tower difference right now. And Naga Siren had free farm on the top lane, of course, as well as free farm on the Nightstalker bottom lane. And Templar Assassin had a pretty decent lane as well, and has not died yet. So the only one that we kind of miss is the Rubik up on there. But that is because the Rubik disconnected. Oh yeah, well that helps. Because we don't see his items. That is the difference. We only see his gold that we have. So Rubik will be a bit higher than what we see now. Well, that will be a comfort, because otherwise I was thinking, wow, Dara is looking worse than I thought they were. But yeah, it is. Why doesn't courier? No. I'm not even gonna say that out loud. Anyway, it is nose that will probably be a bit more high up, and maybe even between those 3, because of course he had a pretty decent mid lane as well. And he has died once, yes, but he's been in 4 out of 6 kills, so definitely not doing bad at all. I'm gonna just, while we wait still, we're gonna, and he's actually back in, never mind. We're just gonna see. And we're gonna see, because right now Tough Man has already said that they might let him live because they realized he was offline, or they didn't realize he was offline. But we're gonna see how polite Tough Bananas is gonna be. Yeah, they didn't do any extra shots though, because it was just a power shot with the creep wave there. That is just the way it is. No extra shots fired, but still it's nose that goes down. In the meantime, trap up on Sava Doom. Another trap being placed instantly, and is already dead. Really fast, because there's no true sight. That was just all the vision that they had for that split second that the trap is visible when you place it. In the meantime, Templar Assassin almost has her blink dagger, and when she has a face boots and her blink dagger, she is going to be a very deadly force to deal with, and we're going to see her jumping around the map. And I say jumping because it's blinking, and blinking is like jumping, so definitely decent. We have 4 rewards up for the Dire side, by the way. And I have to say I'm impressed. Dire is the side that does not necessarily have that hard ganking lineup. I mean, they have the Naga Siren, so they could make it late game, even though with the Templar Assassin there, obviously, is definitely not a bad thing. But they have vision everywhere, making it very easy for the Templar Assassin to know when and where to gank. And right now, she sees Rubik, but she's gonna get telekinesis. There goes the creep wave, making sure that the refraction is already off. The power shot will be clearing out some of the creep wave though, but it is it's almost done. Blink dagger, that is. Wonder if they're gonna go for it. There is a radiant ward here. They know that there is a real Naga Siren here as well. Naga Siren now sends her illusion, so knows where everybody is. And when I say knows, I actually mean the knowledge knows, not the real knows that is wonky around here. 50% slow. Here comes the wind runner. Face was being used. Will there be a shackle? There should be a shackle. Here comes the Leshrex on the side. In the meantime, power shot going through. Burst Strike hits onto epicenter being channeled. Calculus all the way out, but drops to the Sand King. Sand King getting his long lane counterpart down in that sense, and there's no other hero that will drop here. Because that was, I don't know, there was no word up here for the Dire side, so they just run up there blind, not knowing that, of course, the Rubik was still slightly in position. He just turned around and went that way. Stood here, so that we saw the 10% just running past, and then there were a lot more heroes to deal with all of a sudden. And of course Leshrac was there as well from the other side. So yeah, but definitely decent for Dare to still have picked up that win from, even though of course you would have aimed for more if you had an epicenter. Whoa, wait, oh, what are you doing? There is still a Black Orb on the rise if he wants to do it, but the Malefice got stolen, so he is quite stunned up for now. And it is the Sand King as well as the Rubik that are able to stay alive. Sand King actually, who is now level 7, has picked up a Vitality booster, and I have to say that he is shaped up pretty nicely after that bad start that he had earlier on. And when I say bad start, I mean slow start kind of. Void. And there's the mirror images. You can here change the... Oh, and I've gone to go through. For the mid lane? No, that was just for his creeps there, I guess. So we're still having nothing here on the top lane either. Black Hole is still up on rise. Oh, Burrow Strike, and that will be a kill. 2 kills even. 1 for each side. A Sand King trading towards a Enigma. A Black Hole for an epicenter. That is how it goes. Team fight hero versus team fight hero. In the meantime, we have Leshrac trying to look for something. He's level 6, by the way. I have to say, he's not doing too great on the levels. We even see him being the lowest level in the game right now. Enigma, though. Enigma is level 12. Highest level in the game. But and then again, he hasn't really shown himself outside of the jungle, apart from just now where he got a kill on a death. But apart from that, we haven't really seen him all that much. And I don't think we've seen a Black Hole yet the entire game either. TP in here from the Sand King. And we do have, oh, that was just an illusion. We do have the Chen creep scouting out that there is indeed people leaving the jungle once more. We even have a ward being placed just in case they come back. But it looks like Tough Bananas are going to try something different right here. Maybe they're going to try to go for the mid lane just to clear that off. And that was the levels. I'm going to switch back to the net worth because that was, of course, the most interesting thing to see. As we see the Rubik actually not being amongst the top 4 as I thought he might be. But he is still 5th. So, yeah, but it is 3 heroes of Tough Bananas that are just farming so well right now, or have farmed so well. And they are really pulling ahead, and we see them looking for kills. We see Link looking for kills. Is he gonna find one though? He needs that opening. Calculus also looking for that, of course, that perfect shackle that he wants, and they find the Sand King. What are they gonna do? Is there gonna be a snare? No, or just some harassment on the tower for now. There's of course a lot of support for the Sand King. There are 4 heroes here off there on this bottom lane, ready to take a fight should Tough Bananas want it. But having said that, Balsam, if he sees that Dare is looking for a fight, there will be a song. And there will be a team fight for the Tough Bananas, I do think, depending on the positioning of Dare, obviously. And we do see him being very careful not to be in that position where they do get grouped up, like now! Oh, I thought they were being careful. This is a 3-man Black Hole for sure. There they go. Catches all 3. Song gets cancelled. Leshrac song going through as well. And it's still Enigma that drops in. A Black Hole got stolen. And Burst Strike will finish off the Enigma. Look at the damage. It is a comeback. Epicenter as well. 3 heroes down as well as an Aegis. Well, 2 heroes and an Aegis, I have to say. And there's the Telekinesis. Templar Assassin. Are you gonna get out? No, you are not. Double kill for the Sand King. And that is not something they were aiming for. That Black Hole did not have all the people in that they wanted to, even though I have to say, I mean, I saw it too. It was like, okay, 3 heroes next to each other, sing, because there's gonna be a good Black Hole. And it was a decent Black Hole, but right now we see that BKB is the one that he should have, and it is the one that he is building. Gale going through Belsam. Will he have support? Yes, he will. It is daytime though, so Night Stalker not as fast. Rubik is going to try to catch up. There's the mirror images. They're going to try to get away. Fate Bolt will clear out some of the illusions, and they find the real one there. Silas is on the wrong one though. He does not have a song because it just got used. Leshrac stun is not going to hit and got stolen as well. It's actually the Edict that he stole. We'll pop up the refraction from the Templar Assassin already. We have a Night Stalker being locked inside a shackle as well as an ensnare. Leshrac stun will follow up. Nowhere is in middle of nowhere and will drop Naga 7 picking up the kill. In the meantime, Link not able to pick up Nose because he has a blink dagger and he blinks away. Sava Doom will be sent home and Grumpy now on the run. Fatebolt still going through. Nice and snare again. And Link puts himself into meld and will get a mechanism charge. Leshrac stun. They might still want to go for Nose here. Midnight Pulse going through, and Nose, you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to go down. Grumpy now on the run. Last one here to stay alive. And in the meantime, Venomancer came back here, still plays some wars, but I don't think Grumpy will be too happy about that, or at least he doesn't really care because he's dead. And when you're dead, you cannot care. And that is a good fight for Tough Bananas. I mean, we see them taking fights. Both of these teams are taking fights. The previous fight definitely in favor of Dare, but right now, I mean, they were trying to go for that Naga Siren, trying to go for a fairly easy kill from what it looked like, but we're not able to get her down. And then there was support for the Tough Bananas, and they were able to just pick off at least 3 to 4 heroes in return. I mean, then the Night Stalker died, Chen died, Rubik died. I only think Venomancer and Sand King were the ones to stay alive. I don't even think that Sand King was there, but yeah, good pickups for sure, and they're gonna take Roshan in return. We do have Hawkeye around here, though. He is having an invisibility rune. Let's see if he can make it work. Let's see if he can pick up the Aegis. He is being very patient here. One burrow strike, he gets them, and he gets the Aegis! He steals the Aegis, and he is gonna pay for it as well. He's gonna pump himself inside the Sandstorm, but the Edict still goes through. Power Shot as well. Link is gonna take a lot of damage still, but he has Reflection on Malefice. Burrow Strike up on the high ground, still alive. Sandstorm once again, but the tick from the Malefice still goes on. He TP's out. He is gonna be fine. He doesn't die, but who might die is the Naga Siren. Shackle does Ledge Nowhere and Grumpy together. Will be a follow-up on it. Riptide goes through, but I don't think anybody's going down. Hawkeye gets the Aegis, dies with it, and gets out afterwards alive. That is definitely nice play coming off from him. I mean, you don't get the last hit on the Aegis. Oh, sorry, on the Roshan. That was still the Dire, but he gets the Aegis. Make sure that the Dire doesn't get it. And I mean, okay, they don't have it for themselves anymore, but good play is coming off from him right there. No song, and they're gonna find 2 only. Savadoom is on the edge of the song, and they're just, I don't know what they were doing. They're not going to be able to do anything there. And that was a Riptide picked up. Nice Shackle up on Hawkeye and Rubik. Are they going to go in on it? No, there's too much support hanging around the corner. And they see it. Oh, I guess it's not that much around the corner, as I thought it was. It looks like Templar Assassin. I was wrong, not going for a Blink Dagger. I mean, she's got 2,800 goals in her back, and she is going for a BKB. That Epicenter, that Burrow Strike, they cannot have that anymore. And of course, Venomancer ulti is very annoying to deal with as well. These Shackles, Calculus, just landing one after another. Of latching 2 heroes together. It's a shame they can't really go in on it, but they're definitely there. Gold Graph in the meantime, dropping slightly in favor of the Tough Bananas, as well as the Experience Graph. Still fairly even though. Leshrac getting Telekinesis. Burrow Strike hits and Snare as well, though Shackle as well. Hawkeye being locked in place, cannot do anything. Venomancer going down. Black Hole catches 2. Sand King already down. Venomancer picking up. Did he pick up the Black Hole? Yes, but he does not have mana. Now he does. Uses his mana boots. He's looking for a Black Hole. Is he gonna find this? 3 people around the same position for that Black Hole. Shackle not latching. Still have only the Sand King and Leshrac going down in this fight. And the blink out from those and buyback from the Sand King. TP out. Gale still hits. Whoa, and snared. Venomancer, you are gonna go down because you're not gonna be in time to be sent home by the Chen. Even though it looked like he wanted to do that. Chen is gonna be TPing out as well, and it is Night Stalker that picks up the haste rune. He doesn't have to worry about getting picked off anymore. He's just flying. Like for real. Like he's not using his legs right now. Does that have an impact on the no legs trap? Discuss. Could be. It could be for sure. The Shrek warding, being a good old wardless Shrek, being a fairly good support. I mean, he's got his bracer, he's got his magic wand, he's happy. He dies still a couple of times, but when he dies, he only died 4 times, 4 out of 12 though. But it's better that he dies than someone else of his team. You can see it like that as well. And I want to check items because I feel like I missed some items being put up there. I mean, we saw the Vanguards, multiple. Sand King also has a Vanguard just for that extra tankiness as well as which hero that I just see as well as the Night Stalker. So we have 3 Vanguards in this game because of course Naga Siren had one as well. We see Rubik, we already saw the Blink Dagger. I'm kind of thinking that he might want to go for a Force Staff next, even though I was looking to be going for a Bracer maybe still, maybe some drums coming up for him. And we have the Venomancer. He's also being the one that that is playing a support here. He's got his threads. They're not going to find anything here though. By the way, there is still smoked up. Some of them are anyway. But so far not. We have the Night Stalker probably going for a BKB next. And of course the Chen, who finished indeed his mechanism, and other than that he doesn't have that much. Windrunner has got her 4 stuff complete. And BKB now up on the... Oh... I was gonna say up on the Templar Assassin, but yeah, that was a good position for a song. And we are gonna see a song, and let's see what they're gonna initiate on. We see Calculus looking for that perfect shackle position. I'm not gonna find it just yet. This would be a good black hole, by the way, but he doesn't have it yet. It's still on cooldown. The black hole was still up on Nozo, but there's the Malefice. Epicenter going through. Leshrek going down. Hand of God there as well. BKB up on the Templar Assassin, so at least the Epicenter didn't do anything. But the refraction is over. BKB is already up. We see Belzum getting Burrow Strike. There is Enigma trying to do what he can, and Snare upon Hawkeye as he is waiting for his Snare to go off. He still has 1 Burrow Strike in him, at least. There he goes. He goes for the Burrow Strike, gets the kill. Venomancer actually picking up the last hit. Rise will go down here as well. Venomancer double kill for him, double kill for Sava. Doom and Link now on the way out. 3 for 1 because the Rubik did die in that fight, but he bought back. And he's already on his way back here as well. I mean, he's fairly close. He's already over the river. So they will take this tier 2 tower, I think. Yeah, definitely take this tier 2. And I'm thinking maybe they're going to push on to the tier 3, but I'm not sure, depending on if they can still kill off this Windrunner maybe as well. Wow, she went down fast. And it is once again Sava Doom that picks up the kill. And there's still this tower that will drop in the meantime. Top lane is getting defended by the last remaining members of the top bananas that are still alive. And it looks like they are going to force out something here. Maybe at least a fortification. Actually, fortification is already off. All this damage that they can do right now is all given, and they're not going to get countered just yet. We have the Leshrek as well as the Nagasairon. Stone not up though. Illusions will help out. Riptides all around, and Snare. Sava Doom's going to be the target here. He's going to be sent home. Will be in time. Leshrek's not. Oh, he's not in time. He's got picked up by the Naga Siren. Still knows. Taking a lot of damage with that Riptide on him. Pops his invisibility rune, but is it enough? Mechanism will help out. It should be enough. He's still getting slowed though, but he should be fine. Chen TPing out, and it looks like yeah, TP out as well from the Night Stalker, and Hawkeye TP out as well. And they are anime. Okay, so Rubik, I don't know why he Sentry Ward being placed. I knew he was around there somewhere still. So the Rubik's still getting picked off there. And that is actually Rubik dying after he already died earlier. After already buying back. So good kill there for sure. And yeah, even though, I mean, I have to say they're still definitely in favor. I managed to take down half of the HP of the tower, tier 3 bottom rather. And of course, killing off the members of Tough Bananas, even with the initiation of the song, they just didn't know what to do with it without a black hole, because of course that black hole was still on cooldown, and they couldn't really do anything with it. To be fair, two good positions coming off from there, making sure that they could not go anywhere. Although having said that, I mean, yes, that fight looked in favor of Dare, and Dare is now in lead of the tower kills. I mean, there's only one difference in the meantime. Whoa, hello Blink Dagger, hello Burrow Strike, Belsam Song. I was gonna say you need to do something to get out. Are they actually gonna use it as an initiator? No, Belsam will TP out, and they cannot do anything there. But yeah, one good team fight coming out from the Top Bananas, and Dara could be in a top position again. This game so far, I mean, this difference, like 3 to 4k difference in gold and experience grab, does talk a bit more regarding being in favor of Top Bananas, but it is still very even, and anything could still happen. Link TPing out again, knowing that he would be ganked if he stayed around. Let's see if we can find any more items. We saw the BKB upon Enigma, or did we? I think we did. Yes, we did. We see we can continue looking at Leshrek, but he's not gonna get anything anymore anytime soon. In the meantime, it's just waiting until the items are back up again. We see everybody going back to farming. Not any ganks being set up. We don't have the teams being impatient or something, which you sometimes see, that they go for smoke ganks or go for trying to force out something that they just can't have. It's just seeing them be very careful. There is of course gonna just wait until they get an opportunity again to pick up some heroes. And like they did previous time, I mean, they just pick up some heroes and then go for a push and then pick up some more heroes. And they always, I have to say, they always back off with still some of their heroes dying. But yeah, they're just waiting. They're waiting for Tough Bananas to come in towards them, and the Tough Bananas are for now happily waiting as well, because that last team fight obviously wasn't in their favor, and they feel like they need a bit more farm before doing anything else again. And we are gonna have a fight again soon, though, I think, because I do think that we are gonna see a fight over Roshan, but we'll see. We only have 1 minute left until we can find that out. We already have the dire side warding around it. They have counter warded. They have vision all around. They see if there's a ward getting placed. They see everything. And they will try to take Roshan, of course. But at the same time, Dare will, of course, try to steal it again. Maybe Hawkeye can pull off something again. He does need to get lucky with that rune, of course. Like he did previous time. Invisibility rune being used for that. But we're going to see it. We're going to see it. For sure. And I do think that would be the third... Roshan going down. And he should have cheese. Would it be the third or would it be the second? Feels like it's the third. Could be the second. Sentry ward being placed just in case. And we have all 5 heroes of the top bananas gathering this lane. Well, I say all 5, yeah, that's illusions. Yeah, it is actually all 5. They're all 5 here, and it looks like they want to go for something. They have, of course, got that team fight advantage that Dare does not have, so they can maybe say like, okay, we're gonna push, and if you don't fight us, we are gonna take your tower. At the same time, they could just back off and go for Roshan again. It is indeed the third one, so we do have a cheese. So I was not mistaken for that. Of course, it was a very early Roshan with the Templar Assassin picking that first one up. That is the one that I remembered. So, and of course, then you have the Roshan that got taken down where Hawkeye stole the Aegis and died with it and then got out alive again. And we do have the push incoming from the top bananas. And Dare, I wonder how they're going to counter this. Maybe they're going to try to take the last tier 2 tower in return, because we do have a push coming on in the mid lane. Actually, no, he TP's out. TP's back. Trap lands on Venomancer. 50% slow is not something to mess with. Templar Assassin does have a blink dagger now, by the way, so could just blink in if he sees a Venomancer by himself. That is pretty dangerous, but we do have them backing out again. I mean, they don't want to be there anymore. They don't want to force anything more than just the tier 2 tower, and with the Windrunner going back towards the top lane, pushing that lane out, and with Link going back to the mid lane, pushing that one out. I wonder when they're actually going to go for Roshan. Yeah, I think it should be now. Oh, there he goes. Rise is going to solo that as an Enigma. He can do that, but he's going to get help from his teammates soon, though. It's all fine. It's all fine. Let's see if there has any clue, and better yet, if they can do anything against it. I mean, of course, they've got a Blink Epicenter. At the same time, there's already a BKB up on... well, they are just too slow anyway. There's already a BKB up on the Templar Assassin. There's a BKB up on Enigma, and that is just 2 heroes that you kind of want to go get down with that. Or at least Burst Strike. So, curious to see if they're actually going to initiate with that, or just wait with that until the team fight is actually going on, because they do, of course, do have that survivability in teamfight. They can't just wait it out in that sense. They have a Hand of God as well as a mechanism, so they can have the Sand King hold back a little while before the BKBs are off again. So we're gonna see how they're gonna deal with that. For now, they're avoiding a collision with the top bananas, and I don't blame them. I mean, they have to try, maybe do something, maybe bait out that black hole before, maybe bait out the song. But the song is gonna get, the cooldown of it is getting shorter and shorter, and it's only 1 level until it's the 60-second cooldown. I was gonna say 60 minutes, that's a bit long. But before it's only 1 minute cooldown, and that's just such a short cooldown that you can't really, well, if you bait it out, that's all nice and stuff, but you can't really continue up on it, because it's just, yeah, it's just too short of a cooldown. You have to be really fast with it. I'm not sure what Sand King is doing here. Maybe he's waiting to give a go on this Templar Assassin. But then again, Templar Assassin has a BKB. I have to say though, I'm quite surprised she doesn't have a teleport in her bags. Although she is of course quite a mobile hero. Gil going off on mid lane up on Calculus, who wastes no time and TP's out. At least he is carrying a TP. Invisibility rune on the Templar Assassin, by the way. And we might see her going for something. There's no gem up on the Radiant side. There are no sentry wards around here as well, but of course Link does not know that. So we see him being still fairly careful, as if he's being seen. Ah, never mind. He's already going for it. Centaur is still stunned. They want to go for the Centaur! And it is the Naga Siren that picks it up. And the illusions will force everybody here back, by the way. Fate Bolts will still go through. Riptide, this is Savadoom in some trouble with that minus armor there. Nice Stalker standing out ready for something. He picked up a Basher in the meantime, by the way, so going for that semi-carry build. He does need that though. I mean, like I said earlier, the top Nans have the Naga Siren, they have the Templar Assassin. Nice Stalker needs to be as big of as a carry as he can get. Of course, I say big because he also needs to be tanky. It is nighttime now. He still has darkness as well. Tier 2 tower getting harassed. Tough Bananas in the meantime, it feels like they are just getting free reign, or able to just march on, as it were, and just continue going for this tower. The tower still gets denied by the Venomancer, so good job there, but the tower still goes down, and they didn't have to do any effort for it. They are just continuously... They are giving freedom, and at the same time, Dare is not doing anything. As in, they're not farming bottom or top lane. They were just waiting to see if Tough Bananas were going to use anything. I mean, we see the Night Stalker, he has been standing here for a while now, even with the ward up, even though it's only been there for a short period of time, but with the ward up, he's still been standing around there, and just trying to do what he can. Now he's going back to farming again. He's got 900 gold, doesn't have a buyback, which is something that we should be looking at if the team fights start happening again. Though having said that, I mean, there wasn't a fight on Roshan, and before the Aegis is about to disappear, I do think that the Tough Bananas are also quite safe. Oh, Hawkeye, wrong place, wrong time, puts himself into a sandstorm, but is still ensnared and is still gonna go down. Leshrac is just too much. Leshrac getting the last hit for that kill, and that is yeah, that is just something you don't want to run into. And they do not have any wards here, by the way, as in the Radiant side does not have any vision on their own jungle apart from this one. They also have the corner of the river here. It's not really a corner of a river, but you know what I mean. You saw that what I aimed. That's the only two wards that they have up. They have some sentry wards though. They have one there as well as there. Recently placed, but we have the Tough Bananas gathering up again. They know what they want. They want the base up there, and they are ahead. I mean, with this farm that they have been doing while Dare has not been farming as much, they are definitely ahead in gold as well as experience, and it's been dropping fairly hard. Gale goes through, but they won't stop the illusions. The fortification gets popped. They're gonna continue pushing here. We see Savadoom in some trouble. This is just illusions, by the way. This is just illusions. Savadoom would go down against illusions if the illusions weren't sent back into the tower. Windrun actually picks up the last hit of the tower. And there's a blink in, there's the burst strike, no epicenter though, and it's the song that's getting used. Hawkeye outside of the song, well, Leshrac's on a bit out of position as well. Pipe goes up for the Dire as well, and it's Hawkeye that will probably die here. Savadoom trying to do what he can. Hand of God goes through, burst strike up to the high ground, Venoman's ulti as well. But the BKB is up there for the Templar Assassin, and they find the Night Stalker. His BKB is on as well, but this damage is just, oh, he is still alive for now, lands a void, but Templar Assassin still picks him up. Epicenter went through in the meantime. We have Ryze already popping his BKB, but cannot find a black hole so far. Buyback on the Night Stalker. Belsam taking a lot of damage, and there's the black hole, catches two, and both die. Buyback from the Venomancer as he just died. Sandking died as well, but he's already done his epicenter, so he's not going to buy back anytime soon. We have Night Stalker trying to do something as he is ensnared right now, but he got a Malefice, so gets stunned. And takes a lot of damage from Link right there. Malefice going off, also up on the Enigma, but here we find, Gale, that is. Fatebolt going through. And Dare looks to be able to push back. Oh, nice Shackle. I wonder how that lives. Looks to be able to push back the Tough Bananas from there, from that barracks. Still have a Void. Templar Assassin, there goes the Aegis, but she's not too sad about that. Which means she'd come back full of life and HP. Venomancer, he is gonna drop. Nice Shackles still. Calculus doing the works. And what I just said is definitely not true anymore. They are not able to fight off the Tough Bananas, and it looks like both of their barracks will go down. So Telekinesis still up on the Windrunner. Trap there as well. Look at that melt damage. Look at that nose. Are you going to be able to send home in time? It looks like you are not, because the power shot killed you off before anything else. Calculus doing the works. That was actually his first kill of the game. He has had 12 assists otherwise. Link, full on HP and almost full mana again, using his bottle charge. It looked like he was thinking about going into this middle lane, but decides not to. And now backing off again. Regen rule for Balsam comes in handy, because he was fairly low on mana as well as his life wasn't entirely full. And that fight, I mean, that made just that gold graph plummet, as well as the experience graph even bigger, because they were, I think, 3 buybacks coming off 4 buybacks coming up from the Radiant side. We had the Night Stalker as well as the Rubik, who is still dead by the way, so he bought back and died again, as well as the Venommaster and the Chen buying back. And the only one that did not buy back was the Sand King, and that is because Sand King did not have the gold to buy back. So that is 4 heroes dead, 4 buybacks, and then 1 hero dead again after that one. That is just a very painful situation to have that happen. Track lands, slowing down the Night Stalker slightly as we see Hawkeye trying to do something here. Leshrac being silent, Hand of God going through Hawkeye. He's already sent back home. He's going to be staying alive for now. Leshrac, he dropped though, as well as the Venommancer and the Chen and the Night Stalker. It is too much. It is too much coming up from the top bananas, and it is getting to that stage of the game where what I said is like the carry potential that the tough bananas have is just something that they're just not has. Yes, they have the Night Stalker that has a slight carry potential, but he's not able to bring it. Neither is No's power shot a bit too late. Calculus, who's actually picked up a roll of Aethos as well as a pipe in the meantime. We saw them being used already. But that is again 4 heroes down, and it looks like tough bananas. They are just pulling ahead so much. It is gonna be very hard for Dare to stop them right now. And Black Hole will be up again as well. Lincoln's complete on the Enigma as well as the BKB. I do like that. Both it's just gonna give him every opportunity to continue casting his Black Hole. But Tier 3 Tower will die here. And I do think there's gonna be barracks dying as well, because there's a Chen, a Venommancer, and a Sand King. Maybe Sand King can do something. He has his Blink and Epicenter up again, but he's actually waiting there at a ready, but he is just by himself, and there is a pipe up, so it wouldn't do that much anymore. So yeah, that's just not going to happen anytime soon. They are defending their ranged barracks. Well, I say defending, it seems more like Mercy coming up for the top bananas, as they weren't able to, they weren't able to push them out. They just leave. They just leave, leaving Dare to pick up the scraps of their base. 2 melee barracks down on their side. It's going to be very tough to defend on that. Mana boots being used. We see Sand King still building towards his assault grass. I mean, he started that a while ago, I believe, but still hasn't managed to get the farm. He's died 5 times now, and of course, like I said earlier, I mean, he hasn't been given that much opportunity to farm purely because the pressure that the tough bananas were doing on this middle lane earlier. They were just there was a threatening team fight, and you cannot go and farm after that. And they're gonna pick up Roshan once again, going to Copenhagen Wolves, even though, has the cheese even been used? I think it was then. It was on the Naga Siren earlier, but she doesn't have any inventory slots left anymore, because she picked up an Assault Grass and Mad Styles. And there goes again a TA picking it up again, and this cheese going towards the Naga Siren once again. And what what Derek can still do to stop this is they need the perfect epicenter combined with Rubik stealing something very epic. And I'm not yet sure if that's going to be the Black Hole, even though of course that would be good, or maybe the song, or yeah, Black Hole. I think it's going to be Black Hole. That would be best. But yeah, he does need that, and to have that, you have to have a Black Hole being used on yourself. But before that, and you know. In the meantime, it is the tough bananas that's been giving so much farm that even Rise, who I have to say, I mean, if you look at this, he was still very high up there, and he has been very high up there from the start already. He's been giving so much gold that he picked up a refresher, so we are gonna see 2 Black Holes coming up. So that means that if the Black Hole gets stolen and there's another Black Hole, then Rise can at least do a Black Hole again. And say like, okay, you know what, Rubik, in your face. In the meantime, push goes on in the top lane. Enigma was a bit slow behind there. Pipe goes off as well, so if there's an epicenter coming in, that's not going to do that much damage. Tower goes down, and they go on the barracks next. We see Rise looking for that Black Hole. Snare, Gale, Savadoom will be sent home, will be in time. Yes, it is. At least this time it is. Epicenter burst, like, is he going to get something though? But there's a song. It is. Look at the damage that Hawkeye just did. Is already gone. Mechanism used, and it's gone. And that is a Black Hole, and there is nobody in there, because Nowhere was just on the edge of that, and the Black Hole got stolen. Catches 2. Will Rise die before he can use his refresher? Will he do that? We have 2 heroes already picked up, 3 heroes pick up, buyback from the Night Stalker. Hawkeye gonna be in a lot of trouble. Burst strikes his way out, get a burst strike up on 3, nice one. The Shrek Stun will steal ahead, as well as the Temper Assassin kill though. And it is the Sand King that buys back as well. Rise uses Black Hole again. This time he does get the Night Stalker in it. And was able to get a burst strike again, and Rise might still go down to Hawkeye, unless Hawkeye is gonna get picked up before, which he is, and the GG is called. To no real surprise of us, at least not for the last 5 minutes, when the Tough Bananas were just pulling so much ahead of there. And it is the Tough Bananas that will take this win in this game versus Dare in the StarLadder Season 3, play day 14 if I'm correct. And just like always, there's a short disclaimer saying I'm not an official caster for StarLadder. I am casting these matches using Dota TV and in the in-game client, as in I have bought the ticket, I'm casting from there. And well, that is basically my disclaimer. And also I can say that after this match we'll have a match between Dare and Kharkiv, where we will see which one of those teams will take a win from the other. So another StarLadder Season 3 match coming up. It's going to be Dare versus Kharkiv, and don't go anywhere if you want to watch that. At the same time, there will be a different game coming off from the StarLadders as well, and it might scare you off, as in it might send you to another stream, because it should be a good one. It will be CLG versus EG, casted by Toby, so it should be a good match, as you can find it on OWN TV, where all the official streams are. And yeah, well, stay tuned for another game of Dota 2 between Dare and Kharkiv. Oh, and subscribe to my YouTube. Ha! I've almost forgot that. My name is Sheever. I'm a Ghost of Gamers caster. Subscribe to my YouTube. SheeverGaming is the name on YouTube. There we go. Boo-hoo.